Staying motivated consistently in your life can be challenging by any means. It requires a lot of focus and determination because many distractions will put you off the path of motivation. But that doesn't mean you are lost and should give up hope. We used to struggle with this, and after discovering the Locus Rule, our lives haven't been the same. Welcome back to SelfidenceIO. Today's video will dive deeply into the Locus Rule and how it can help you stay motivated in your life and business. This will allow you to look at life from an entirely different perspective, which is why we recommend you stick to the end. Without further ado, let us begin. What is the Locus Rule? The degree to which you believe you have control over circumstances that affect your life is known as your locus of control. As per psychologist Philip Zimbardo, there are two avenues of perspective: internal and external control orientation. This means we can either believe our results come from our actions or from events outside our control. Julian Rotter, a psychologist, postulated in 1954 that rewards and penalties influenced our conduct. Our opinions regarding the most likely outcomes of future behaviors were affected by the repercussions of our actions. Rotter created a scale in 1966 that could measure and evaluate internal and external locus of control. People were asked to select one of two options from a set of two for each item on the scale, which uses a forced choice method. While the scale is frequently used, it has also drawn much criticism from people who think it needs to accurately capture or quantify the locus of control. Do you think you can influence most of what happens in your life? You have what psychologists refer to as an internal locus of control. Do you think life happens to you? You have no control over it, and everything can be blamed on external factors. This is known as the external locus of control. One thing that is very important to know is that the locus of control is a continuum. No one has a locus of control that is entirely internal or external. Instead, most people fall between the two extremes. Now that you know what they are, let us look at the differences between internal and external locus of control. Internal locus of control. People who apply the internal locus of control are more likely to be responsible for their actions. They are less influenced by the opinions of other people around them. They are often interested in wanting the best for themselves. These people have a strong sense of self-efficacy and work hard to achieve what they want, believing that no one doesn't get what they want by sitting around waiting for things to happen. This is why these people love challenges and feel confident in facing these struggles, because this mindset sees the results in their growth, both mentally and physically. In terms of health, these people tend to be physically healthier and report being happier than people who believe in having an external locus of control. Those who live by the internal locus tend to enjoy being more independent and do not need anybody else for their happiness. If you are often focused on leveling up as a person to achieve tremendous success in your life or work, then this is you. External locus of control. On the contrary, people with an external locus of control tend to be oblivious to their control over the problems around them. They blame outside forces because of the circumstances they are in and often credit luck or chances for any success that they have. People with this mindset are uncomfortable working to solve their problems and don't believe they can change their situation through their efforts. They often feel powerless when situations arise because they don't think they can tackle the problem head first. People who apply an external locus of control barely have anything in order in their lives. These people are prone to experiencing learned helplessness, sometimes leading to specific situations arising repeatedly. Still, they aren't able to do anything about it, justifying their circumstances as meant to be and out of their control, as they frown and stay stuck in the "it is what it is" theory. This is a guaranteed way to stay where you are at. Finding this video helpful, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel to stay updated on more videos like this one. How impactful is locus of control in your life? Even before watching this video, you may have heard of the internal locus of control without knowing it. Self-determination and personal agency are other words people use to define the internal locus of control. There have been studies where scientists wanted to know who has a higher internal locus of control. The findings have been split between men and women. However, most studies agree that the locus of control shifts inwards as people age. According to experts, those who have an internal center of control typically live happier lives. With that said, It's important to remember that the internal locus of control does not always mean good, and the external locus of control does not always mean bad. Having an external locus of control can be beneficial in some situations, especially if the problem threatens one's self-esteem or is beyond control. A person with a strong internal locus of control could experience depression or anxiety after losing a sporting event. They could allow the loss to damage their self-image and feel anxious in subsequent games if they believe they are a lousy athlete and don't strive hard enough. They could feel less anxious and more at ease by shifting their perspective and thinking, we were unlucky to get matched with such a good team, or the sun was in my eyes. While the internal locus of control may typically lead to more desirable results, file away in your brain box that both are important and can help us in different ways. It's up to us to decide which is more helpful. The Locus Rule in practice. Professor Claudia M. Muller conducted a study at Columbia University in 1998. She took a large group of fifth graders and assigned them various tasks to complete independently. These were complicated problems, but regardless of how well each child performed, they were told that they had performed very well and outperformed most other children. Following the exam, one half of these students were informed that their success was due to their hard work. In contrast, the other half were told that their intelligence and talent were to blame. They then gave each student one of the simple, intermediate, and challenging puzzles. What they discovered was quite fascinating. The pupils told they were bright and doing well spent most of their time on the simple puzzles. They spent almost no time on the tricky puzzles and even less time trying to solve any other tasks. For the researchers, this was a sign of lower levels of motivation. In addition, when asked if they enjoyed the experiment, they claimed it wasn't that enjoyable. The students who were told they did well because they worked hard, however, spent most of their time concentrating on the more challenging challenges. Additionally, they took much longer to solve puzzles, indicating a rise in motivation. To top it all off, after the experiment, they shared they liked the entire process. To summarize this study, the kids told they did well because they were intelligent and gifted, and were led to believe in the external locus of control. They were made to feel that factors outside of what they could control were the primary reason they did well. On the flip side, the kids told they did well because they worked hard and started to believe in the internal locus of control. The latter believed that they were successful in these tests because their hard work and the factors they controlled led to their eventual outcome. It is because of the hard work that they put into it which caused them to become successful. According to numerous studies on the locus of control, having an internal locus of control is the key to maintaining motivation. If you want to feel motivated most of the time, you need to feel like you have control over your life and are accountable for what happens to you. Now that you know about the locus of control, you know how to stay motivated. Let us know if you plan to adopt an internal locus of control. And if you have, share how it has helped you. While you may need to put in the effort to stay in that zone, it is worth the work. If you found the video helpful, like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Also, if you found this video valuable, here are more videos that may improve your self-evidence. Take care and see you next time.